Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Frank with Church of Rational Truth. Wish everybody a happy 4th of July. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about finances for the month. We had a very good month last month. We had a total of $1,549 in donations, and the endowment brought us in about $19.94 in dividends/investment income. We had no expenses for the month. Our total assets are $3,386.38. So if you subtract the 1994 in cash that is going to be distributed during our voting, it brings us to about 3,366 and 44 cents, I believe, is the total endowment breakdown. 99.76% of that is still in our general fund, but now we do have 0.24% of that total endowment broken up into our church and library fund, which totals about $8.01, which is the income that came in during last month. So what we'll be doing, total equity, we have about $3,000 in equities, $3,001.66, and we still have about $384.72 that is going to be invested. Hopefully, in this next week, we have to find good investments to put that in, so that's actually making us money instead of just sitting as cash. So this next week, we will be taking voting for what we're going to be doing with that, or we're going to take suggestions to vote on for that $19.94. Last month we only had reinvesting, or we had reinvesting and putting towards the church funds. I'm assuming we're probably going to have at least both of those, possibly more, but we will have to see if any of our members do push for any other good things to put that money towards. This week, we're just going to do a short lecture or just a short talk on immortality. I think that one of the things that the church should be working towards is, on top of the reduction of human suffering, is working towards immortality, or working towards preventing death or reduction of the death to the extent of going all the way towards immortality. Right now, I think we are not far off the cusp. I think it is something that is possible within our lifetime, and I believe that the way to get there isn't going to be through prayer. I don't think the way getting there is going to be through hoping or just waiting. I think the way to get there is by donating our time and money towards research, towards rationalization, towards understanding our reality, understanding our physiology, trying to determine what is the causes of death that are most common, which ones are preventable, learning enough about human physiology to be able to make it towards our benefit, use it for us rather than against us. We do have a couple of things that we have to most struggle against. On top of accidents, which are oddly most common for very young ages, we have to reduce the risk of cancer. We have to determine how we're going to finally beat cancer or cure cancers, which that's probably going to be a complicated solution with probably multiple ends. There's hundreds and hundreds of different types of cancers. Each one is slightly different, and they're most likely not all going to have a singular cure. We have to determine how we're going to fix cardiovascular disease and cerebrovascular disease, Alzheimer's, dementia, those things that are limiting old age. We have to be able to determine how to fix those. So I would say using our time and using our intelligence to devote towards more biological or scientific matters, things that will hopefully improve our lives and our health for years or possibly even generations to come. I'm not going to talk too much about the morality of living forever. I think a lot of people are against theoretically living forever because of the harms or the negatives of it, like overpopulation, whether it's even morally appropriate to be living past a natural age. I think those, like everything, are going to be very argumentative and semantic, but I do think that having the ability to prolong our life potentially indefinitely is likely a good thing, especially if we are still able to have healthy and productive lives. Now, if we're just extending it forever and then not really being healthy or productive, that kind of tweaks the side of, is this moral or less moral? But I would say if we are still capable of being productive or net productive members of society on top of continually living, I don't see a huge negative to that. It's when we start overcrowding, overpopulating, or we become, I hate saying, more of a burden to society than a benefit, where those things really start switching. So I think we should be devoting our time towards science. We should be devoting our time towards research. We should be devoting our efforts towards those things that are going to help reduce suffering and possibly lead to us gaining immortality, or at least healthier and happier lives that we have while we're still here on Earth. I think that's it for this. We'll probably keep it rather short since it is a holiday today. If you do want to see any future lectures or any future topics, please let us know. I know that I have at least debated possibly putting a fund towards funding research. But the hard thing is when you're funding research into these things, something as even a simple study can be thousands or hundreds of thousands or possibly millions of dollars. So right now we're limited in terms of funding. But I do think that would be a good thing in the future to start putting money towards, as a fund that can actually fund the research that will help human health or even possibly move us towards immortality. But that will take a lot more time and money to set up. So let me know in the comments. And I will hope to talk to you all next week. Have a great 4th of July. Be safe and have some fun. Bye-bye.